Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Cherika Brown again, and we're on another episode of Cherika Be Talking, because I be talking. And on today's episode, we're going to discuss the topic, who a person is when they're single is who they truly are. Now, I saw this while back, like a few years ago. It was a post that was going around viral on Instagram when we were like in high school. So this was like 2013, 2014, where it was like how a woman carries herself when she's single is how she really is as a woman. But I made it my own by saying who a person is when they're single, or how a person carries themselves when they're single is who they truly are. Like my last video, what inspired this was me scrolling on TikTok. So there is, and I'm not gonna name a name for this particular example, but I'm gonna tell y'all like the gist of everything, all the thought processes and everything I went through. So there is this content creator, and he was viral on TikTok for like giving relationship advice, kind of, sort of. And he would show off his girlfriend every now and then. He would own up to his mistakes and tell about how therapy helped him, tell how what makes a man a real man, and tell about how he don't do stuff that his girl wouldn't want him to do because he respect her and he expect the same out of her. And a lot of the stuff he said, I would agree with some of it. And when I did repost stuff on TikTok, there's a few of his videos I did repost because it was some truth in it. However, I did notice I always had this discernment about him. Like, it's something about him that's off that I can't quite put my finger on. So I had went to his Instagram or whatever, and I saw he had like a few mutual people with me that he followed, one being a girl or whatever. I never did ask this girl about him. It was just, this girl is different, like in a sense that she doesn't look like us or anything. So I was just like, interesting, especially because the girlfriend that he's with was considered, not all the way like us as well. So I was just like, interesting. Didn't really think much of it, but I was like, I support anybody that's putting out a message as long as I feel like the message is valid. That's the only thing that really matters in a sense. I would say a name that everybody knows for sure is Derrick Jaxn, and everybody know about the scandal with Derrick Jaxn and his wife or whatever. But the thing, what I can say is that Derrick Jaxn, even though he possibly was using his messages to basically slap his wife in the face or spit in her face, they are true. Like, his messages are true. However, you can't really support people when you don't see them living what they're speaking about, or them, like, their actions not aligning with their words. That's an important thing. And I think we should hold content creators like accountable for, the things that they put out when they try to sell us things. Because if y'all don't know, speaking to women and giving advice that women want to hear is at an all-time high right now. Like, if you go and scroll on your timeline, rather on any social media, you're going to notice that a lot of men, new faces, are just trying to, I'm not going to say things that women want to hear, but in a sense they are doing that because it's profitable right now. So people are doing things for money. Not saying that the guy that I'm speaking about is doing things for money, and I'm going to show y'all how this ties into the topic today. So he came on my timeline today, and I was just like, wow, I haven't saw him on TikTok in a minute. And then I'm like, he's saying little stuff like, oh, I only use this for TikTok shop now. I'm like, oh, so he's not giving out relationship advice, or like, relationship pointers or whatever or whatnot. Like, he not showing off his girl. And then so I'm in the comments, and people like, is he not with his girl no more or whatever? So I go to his page. I'm like, I'm not seeing any content here. So I go to his Instagram. I'm like, I forgot his girlfriend's name or whatever, but I can remember her face if I was to see it. So I did a little TikTok search of whatever his name, girlfriend. So I saw her TikTok. So I went and looked at her Instagram. I saw, okay, they don't follow each other no more. So it's evident that they're not together anymore. And then so my mind just said, for a guy that claimed he was so self-aware and he had all these strict boundaries about himself and how he respect his girl, what would make a relationship end between the two? Like, Was she not all the way there, or was he not all the way there? Instagram now has a little repost session where people can repost stuff on their page. I'm looking through his ex-girlfriend's repost, and I'm seeing stuff like men will try and pretend that they're a good man, but the whole time they be a manipulator, a liar, a cheater, and a narcissist, and all of this and that. And I'm like, well, that's telling. That's my answer. And then I keep scrolling, and I see just stuff like when she made a post, she reposted something where it was like, I'm grateful that God won't give up on me no matter my personality, or like what I'm going through, or my shortcomings or whatever. And I was just like, that's interesting. So it's like, in so many words, she basically told us that, okay, the relationship went sour because he wasn't the man that he was portraying to be online. That's what a lot of her reposts was just leading to, which I'm not going to lie to you, like I said, because I know that that space right now is profitable. It allows men to go viral and everything. So even now, I be cautious on what I like and stuff, because there is a lot of male content creators that make those messages like him, like, let me get this off my, I'm not even gonna emulate nobody, but there's certain content creators that they put out good messages as if they're these type of lover boys, old school love, and they just want to commit to a woman and love a woman. And it's like, okay, you've been making these type of messages for 2 years at this point. Where's your woman? Where's your girl? Because if you want to be such a good man to a good woman is not hard to come by. There's a lot of single good women that I know. So if you want to be such this lover boy, man of God, what's holding you back? Or is this just a business for you? You're just saying what will get the women like, oh yes, oh you're it. And you're building this fan base of women online that's fantasizing about being with you and wish that you would see their like, or wish that you would just slide into their DM, or you're coaching these women and taking advantage of multiple women, but you're not settling down with one woman. Because if you were such this lover boy, man of God, you would show off your woman with no problem and show how you are treating a woman the way you talk. You would walk the walk with your talk the talk. And I was just like, you know what? She could still be, maybe, I still want to hear both sides. He ain't really reposting nothing. So there's always, like they say, 3 sides to a story. It's her side, his side, and then there's the truth. So I was like, if you know, you can check who people recently followed and what order they followed people. So I'm like, let me see, because the way this man used to talk, he wouldn't be going following women and doing all this and that. So he's saying his messages, if his actions lined up with who he claimed to be, even though he's single, he would still be behaving in a respectable manner. So I said, let me go and check out who he been following. So first I check out who he been following, and I see like his most recent 5 people that he followed are straight women that's dressed provocatively, that's bent over. So I'm like, interesting. Okay, while I'm at it, let me check his ex-girlfriend's recent follow. A food page, a business page, somebody that could have just been a mutual friend. No guys. Let's just say that. She didn't follow any men recently. So I'm like, interesting. So I'm guessing, either ended the relationship, or they mutually ended the relationship because he no longer wanted to be in a relationship, because he got tired of putting on this facade of not following people because he respected his girl and everything, and he was ready to be out in the field again and do whatever he wants to do. Because when you claim to love someone and have a respect for them, I don't care if it's 2 women or 20 women, you will not go following women instantly after the breakup. And it just be crazy, because social media can help us call a man's bluff, because we don't know what nobody is doing behind closed doors, but social media can tell a story, and it can give us answers to what we're looking for. And I just found that very interesting, because the post, like I said years ago, what was probably created by a man, just said, you can tell like how who a woman is based on how she carries herself when she's single, but you also can tell these things for a man. And oftentimes they try to say, oh, if you single or if you just in a relationship, anybody that's not married, we can't speak on relationships. But what I can say as a person that's just either single or in a relationship is that we can tell you who not to marry then. The reason why we're not married is because we can discern who not to marry. And one type of man I would tell y'all not to marry is a deceiving man. A man that is not a man of code, morals, and ethics. If a man is so quick to just go to the next thing, or he have like childish things like fake Instagrams, and he still uses Snapchat, and he uses like other third-party apps to speak with women, don't be with a man that don't know how to be alone. A man who does not know how to be alone is a dangerous man because he don't really like himself. He don't really love himself, and he's constantly seeking validation. And another thing about a man that's constantly seeking validation, he's also seeking out to hurt you, because every man know nowadays that we're looking at what they're doing. So when a man is publicly embarrassing you, and that's what he's doing when he's even following other people on social media, liking other people pictures and everything, he knows your friends and family knows his Instagram, or know his social media handles, and they can see those things just like you can see those things. He knows you're looking, he knows you're watching. But don't give people that benefit of doubt. Just when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Because when they don't love themselves or like themselves and can't sit with themselves, they're going to try to bring you down so that you don't love yourself or like yourself. So they're going to follow these women, of all these women they claim they did not like, in hopes that it will hurt you. But if you're confident about yourself and who you are, you'll know that all of that ain't about nothing. All of that is a reflection of a man with poor character. And y'all, just as people that use social media, let's be aware of the content that we're interacting with. If you ever feel like something is off about a person, it's likely because something is off about that person. And don't share their content. Don't like it. Don't feed into it. Don't boost the numbers for it. Believe your instinct. Believe your gut. Go with that. And just keep looking to see if over time that person is who they claim to be, or if they just, a talking head that's trying to boost up their numbers because they need to make some more money because times are hard, we're in a recession, and they just got to do whatever is popping and popular at the moment to make a quick dollar. But the quote is true, y'all. Who a person is, whether male or female, when they're single, is who they will always be. When I'm by myself, and when if I am single, I don't have to go and follow men. I don't have to go and like men's pictures so they can like my picture. If it's on my timeline, that's one difference I would say. If I'm not in a relationship or something, cool, everything is free game. I can like a man's picture and keep going, because at the end of the day, I'm not liking a man's picture to be seen if I follow him. And I'm not liking his picture for him to message me or anything. I'm simply just using the app as the app is being used. However, we know that when men do the same thing, everything a man do is intentional, because they are the ones seeking to get with a woman. So believe them. That's the best you can do for yourself. Believe them. Don't go looking at a man that you're no longer with, because I'm sure because who he pretended to be and probably got this woman like all wrapped up and in love, that she just can't believe his actions. Because just me, who ain't even in love with him, just like, wow, not only are you going to follow people after your quote unquote breakup, it's the type of woman that you're going to follow as well that can just be disgusting, degrading, and just make you lose complete respect for a person, and just be like, wow. It makes you see a person true colors. And I think that singleness really do expose men more than anything. So it's even interesting knowing that the post was originally like directed towards women, because I can say for the most part, women know how to be alone. It's hard for men to be alone and sit with themselves. But if you got you a man that knows how to be alone, that knows how to be with himself, if y'all go through a separation period, he's completely working and focused on himself, and he's not entertaining any other women, and you see him like working out, going to the gym, like he's not likely active dating, or if you have that type of man, you have won. You have hit the lottery. And that's a keeper, and that's somebody that values himself, so he will likely value you as well. But I hope this message helps somebody and gives somebody clarity in some type of ways. And y'all know I'll be back because I be talking. Peace.